I remember it like it was yesterday. The year was 2018 and there was excitement in the air. And the reason why there was so much excitement in the air is because BlizzCon was going on, and this wasn't just any BlizzCon, this was a special BlizzCon. And what made this BlizzCon so special is that there was going to be an announcement for a new Diablo title. This iconic IP for PC, this iconic game franchise is now going to have yet another title added to its roster. We've had Diablo, we've had Diablo 2, we've had Diablo 3, and now we're so excited to see what comes next. And of course, what happens is good old Wyatt Chang comes up on stage and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have what you've been waiting for. Enter Diablo Immortal, a mobile exclusive title that is going to be pay to win and will not be on PC." And of course, the crowd boos. What did they expect? And here we hear those five little iconic words. Don't you guys have phones? And here we are again in the year of our Lord 2023, going into 2024, with Todd Howard coming out with a hot new take that he said just a few hours before I sat down to record this video, when he was asked, "Yo, Todd Howard, why wasn't Starfield optimized for PC?" Todd Howard responds, "We did optimize it for PC. Maybe it's time to upgrade your PC." And of course, this is funny. This is rich because we see people with souped up rigs, with 4090s, constantly report performance issues. We see someone like the streamer Asmongold, who streams the game with his souped up 4090, and he's seeing the game crash. So this is funny, right? That he would say something like this. Now, assuming that Todd Howard is speaking in good faith, that he doesn't think he's lying, that he really does think that the game is optimized for PC, how would he say something like this? And I think the big culprit here is something that we've been seeing in the industry for the past couple of years now. And it's this constant obsession with AAA studios, this constant fixation on this little thing called graphics and this trend we have going on with 4K graphics. Everything has got to be 4K graphics, 4K graphics this, 4K graphics that. And it creates a situation where we are now going into 2024 and we're getting 30 FPS on, modern consoles for these releases. It's absurd. And not only does it make it so the frame rate is so much lower than what the previous industry standard was, we also have a situation now where these games are well over 100 gigabytes. What are we doing downloading games that are 100, 110, 120 gigabytes? As if this was the only game that you were ever supposed to play and have on your hard drive. It's absurd. And it really does go to show the disconnect that there is in the industry between the consumers and the developers. Your average consumer is not going to sit there and say, "Wow, I'm not going to purchase this game. It's not in 4K graphics." Literally unplayable. Literally unplayable. How dare you not put out a game with 4K graphics? No, that's not the way that gamers behave. Graphics don't really matter. Graphics are the icing on the cake. Graphics can take a good experience and enhance it to some extent. But what graphics cannot do, and what seems to be happening with a lot of developers, is they're putting so many things, frame rate, size of the game, bugs in a game, quality of a game, that they're prioritizing these things less than having 4K graphics, because that's what matters, right? Apparently, that's the thing that gamers are supposed to care about. And what's even more interesting in the case of Starfield is that Starfield doesn't even have good graphics. I've seen this meme floating around. Maybe I'll post it here on the screen, where it's showing, Final Fantasy women compared to women in Starfield, and there's so much lack of animation in the faces of the NPCs, and the NPCs don't look good, and the graphics aren't even as artistic as they could be, despite the fact that they're in high resolution, that they're jamming in so many polygons per square inch on your screen, right? These are the things that AAA developers think are important. It's crazy that we've gotten here. you know? So that was assuming that Todd Howard was speaking in good faith, that he really did think that they did optimize the game for PC, but he expects everyone to be playing it at 30 FPS. Now, alternatively, what the case could be is that Todd Howard knows it's not optimized for a PC, but there's this zeitgeist. There is this trend in Western PC game developer PR where you're not supposed to say sorry. You know, this was exactly what happened, to circle all the way back around to 2018 at BlizzCon, when the presenter of Diablo Immortal said, "Don't you guys have phones?" You know, if you compare and you contrast this to the way that a lot of the Japanese developers act when there is a criticism or when there is a concern from the general populace of gamers, the way they will typically respond is they'll say, "Sorry, we'll try to fix this. This is what happened with Elden Ring. You see this at Square Enix." And so there's a chance that it could be a gaslight to say, "Hey, if I come out here and I admit that we didn't optimize the game, all that will do," and he has a point, by the way, all that would do is it would incentivize the public to come and attack Bethesda and to say, "Wow, how dare you? You came out and you admitted it. Wow, this is horrible. Trash game. Time to refund," right? So, you know, he was in a little bit of a situation here. But either way, the fact that we're prioritizing these things over a solid gameplay experience really goes to show the state that the industry is in. And that's all I have to say for this video. On this channel, we talk about gaming, internet culture, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.